Traditional methods of growing potatoes are both labor-intensive and space-consuming. Long rows which must be tilled, fertilized, and raked into hills. Our preferred method is using potato towers. These towers allow you to grow a large amount of potatoes in a very small space. You don't need much in the way of materials to build potato towers. Some straw, any old straw will do, compost, soil, peat moss, manure, some rigid wire mesh, some strong wire or zip ties, and large garden stakes. The first thing you'll need to do is cut your rigid wire mesh to size and roll them into cylinders. Pound a large garden stake into the ground. You'll use this stake to hold up the tower, and using some strong pieces of wire or zip ties, secure the wire mesh to the stake. Next, mix your growing medium together. Combine equal amounts of soil, compost, manure, and peat moss. Use a garden hose to moisten the medium as you mix it together. Make sure the medium is thoroughly moistened. Once your mesh tower is secured to the garden stake and your growing medium is mixed together, you can start filling it. Start by adding a layer of straw to the bottom of the tower. 4 to 6 inches or so is a good amount to start with. Create a nest by patting down the straw in the middle with a garden hoe, pulling some towards the sides of the tower. Your seed potatoes can be chopped in half or quartered. Just make sure each piece of seed potato has an eye or two sprouting out of it. This ensures each piece will begin growing into a new plant. Into your straw nest, pour some of your growing medium, a few inches to start with. Arrange your seed potatoes around the outer edge of the nest you've created. Leave just enough space between the wire mesh and the potatoes and cover them completely on all sides and on top with growing medium. Once you've arranged a layer of seed potatoes in the tower, cover them with more growing medium so they are completely covered and surrounded. Next, grab some more straw and begin building another nest. Continue with all of the previous steps until you've either reached the top of the tower or you've run out of potatoes. Within a week or so, possibly less depending on the weather, you should see your potatoes beginning to grow, emerging from the sides of the tower. After a couple of weeks of growth, they'll really start to sprout out the sides and the top of the tower. And after a couple of months, your towers should be really filling out. Potatoes require quite a bit of water to grow well, so be sure to keep an eye on the moisture in the towers and water as needed. Our 3 towers needed daily watering in August after a couple months of growth. To harvest your potatoes, simply remove the wires or zip ties holding the mesh cylinders to the garden stake and knock the entire tower over. Gently break apart the soil and straw and remove the potatoes. We use milk crates for gathering our potato harvest. The holes in the bottom and sides of the milk crates allow the dirt to fall freely from the potatoes onto the ground.